Okay, to measure this Canyon Park, it's around 0.5 miles. It depends where you go. And then so Ashley Park, it depends, and Greover Park, so we can measure it. Alright, so now we're gonna add a layer of census block groups. Another requirement for the new park is that it's located in a lower income neighborhood. To symbolize in low income attribute, we must add another layer to the map. It is not that the income data that isn't reported at the census tract level. It's just that the particular tract layer doesn't happen to include it. So the same census folder that contains tract shapefile also has a shapefile. Dataset named block groups. So I'm gonna go back to view and bring the catalog pane back and block groups and gonna drag it on top of here. So that's this layer. I'm gonna make it no color so that we can see. I don't need to show the tracts data. So and then we will have this layer, so this new layer added. Let me make it this time let's do pink and do 2 and click apply. There. So now we have the new layer added to the other layer, like the tracts layer. So the block groups layer covers Los Angeles County and like the census tracts. So the block group polygons resemble a jigsaw puzzle. Block groups are another Census Bureau statistic unit. They are smaller than tracts and nest inside them. So we will talk more about census geography later. We will open the attribute table for the groups. So I'm gonna close this out, right click on it and open attribute table. So once we open this attribute table and scroll across the attributes, so I'm now gonna close this out again, and that's our table here. And most of this attributes names are called cryptic. So cryptic, and one of the last fields in this table is called MED HINCCY, which is right here. For now, take it on faith that this acronym stands for medical house median. Oh, not medical, median household income. So then we will close the attribute table. So I'm gonna rank it. So, oh my god. So we have, wow, look how much money they make. Wow, look, 1, 2. Oh my god, that's a lot of high income. So 200,000. Wow, 200,000. That's a lot of money. I really envy them. So. Alright, we will symbolize census block groups by median household income. If we symbolize the block groups layer with graduated colors, we won't be able to evaluate income and population density at the same time. Instead, we will represent each block group's median household income as a point drawn inside the block group polygon, so the point size will graduate according to the income value. So now we will use the appearance tab. Open the symbology pane for the block group layer. So in the symbology drop-down list, we will say graduated symbols. So graduated symbols, which is right here. So for graduated symbols, that I'm going to put our field. Scroll down, median household income, and then graduated symbols, manual. I would say manual interval. Give a manual interval. So I didn't click apply yet. Alright, so now graduated symbol map, and we click the field. And click class drop down menu will be 3 field graduate symbol. Let me close it out again. Alright, how come I don't see anything yet? Alright, I do have this layer. Appearance, okay, appearance, okay. And symbology, graduated symbols. Okay, now finally appears, and now I'm gonna do is classes. So before I put anything, alright, so I'm gonna choose class 3. Alright, and then I'm gonna do this again there because it will grayed out. I cannot do anything. So let's wait a little bit for it to render. So now it's rendering, okay. And so replace the first value with so we don't need those. It's 50,000, not 200. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the middle value with a 10, 100,000. 100,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and press enter. And the last one is leave it. So click the template symbol underneath the minimum size drop down box and to open the format point symbol pane. So right here, that I will choose the color is tourmaline green. Tourmaline green. So go down and tourmaline green. Jade. So 1, 2, 3, tourmaline green. Okay, and click apply. So we have a tourmaline green and click apply. Then the back button at the bottom of the pane. So this symbology sets the color and shape of the symbols that will be used to represent income values. So then we will click background on the right of the template and to open. So where's the background? Let me go back. Right here, background. So the background, open the format. So to open the format point symbol pane again, which is right here. Change color to no color. Color to no color. Yeah, no color. If necessary, then change the outline color to no color. So outline color, so no color. There, click apply. There, and click apply. Then back to the button of the pane. So the symbology makes the block group polygons themselves invisible. All we will need are the income dots spread around the map, and change the size minimum to 0.8 and change the maximum to 24. And in the label column, and double click on the first label, so which is right here, and we will say low. And the middle one will be median. And the last one, of course, it is high. And I'm gonna press enter. So at the present scale, the symbol overwhelm the map. We will set a scale range for the block groups layer. So earlier we set the maximum scale value for the world boundaries and place layer. Here we will set a minimum value for the block groups layer. With the block groups layer selected in the contents pane on the block groups, so I'm gonna close it out, and then click the out beyond, and then I will type 1 versus it should be 5 zeros there. So I can just choose and zoom in. When I'm zooming, then it will show up. Alright, there. Close this out so I can see better. So the symbology disappeared from the map in the contents pane. So the layer deemed tracked box indicate that the layer is turned on, but not visible. So see, and then a deemed checkbox indicate that the layer is turned on, but it is not visible at the current map scale. And we will zoom to the Dodger Stadium bookmark. So gonna go back to map and bookmark Dodger Stadium. right here. So we zoom to the Dodge Stadium bookmark, click the Fix Zoom Out button a couple of times until some of the median and high symbols begin to appear. We will turn the tracks layer back on if necessary. So I'm gonna turn it on there. So we can zoom out a little bit. And yeah, we can see some of the circles. So those are the low income people. And see, this is a better income area. So better income. See, and then this area, the density is really low. Nice area to live there. So now we can get to start a general sense of the household income and population density along the river and look at these variables in the relationship to the park location. Now we're going to search for likely park areas. Clearly we are taking an incomplete initial look at a complex problem. We haven't considered all the requirements. For example, the presence of children. We are not making any exact measurements of distance. The data classification are casual. We don't yet have a good reason to say that values should count as high population density or low median household income in the context of the project. Nevertheless, we can form some meaningful impressions. We will not be able to say of an area that a park should definitely go there, but we might be able to identify likely and unlikely areas. Later, it will be interesting to see how well these impressions are born out of analysis. So in the map scale box at the bottom of the map pane, we will highlight the current value and we will type 40,000 there. So it's close. So, but I'm gonna type a 40,000 there. So pan south to where the river crossed the city boundary, so which is right here. We will follow the river to its source, marking good areas for a park along the way. A really good area would have these properties: high population density, dark red, low median house income, small green dot, and no existing park nearby and close to the river. Pan slowly north. So also in measure 2. Then I'm gonna go back to explore. So which is really nice. And a lot of people. Let's look at their income. It really doesn't show up so much. Wow, look at those areas. Those are high income people. Oh, I forgot to look the river. So river's right here. A lot of people. So, less than a mile north of the city limits on the east side of the river, are a couple of tracks, one park red and one medium red with small green dots. They are pretty close to the river, and even though there are some parks in the let's see, in the general vicinity, it's probably worth marketing the area as a potential park. Cool. So sports center park. So there was a small one. I couldn't find it anywhere. Along the river. Slow pans. Okay. That's the river. I don't recall the shape. Oh, this is really nice. Okay. And now to mark the area, we will use a feature of ArcGIS Pro called Map Nodes. So map nodes are layered templates that create point, line, and polygon feature classes in the home database with predefined symbols for feature creation and editing. On the Insert tab in the Layer Templates group, we're going to click Bright Map Nodes button. So Insert, so Bright Map Nodes, okay. I never used this, so which is really nice. So Bright Map Nodes, cool. Let's